finally, we have a conviction in regard to the CIA's policy of enhanced interrogation. Unfortunately, it's not one of the guys involved in the actual torture, but we do have a conviction for 30 months of John Kiriakou, who was a whistleblower in regard to that enhanced interrogation. Now, he was a member of the CIA from 1990 to 2004. He was relatively influential in his time there. He led a group of agency and Pakistani security officials who were involved in a raid that captured Abu Zubaydah, who was suspected at that time of being a high-level facilitator for Al-Qaeda. He eventually, in 2007, went on ABC News and was one of the ones who talked openly about the use of waterboarding and techniques like that. In the wake of that interview, he's saying inadvertently, the prosecutors are saying intentionally, revealed the name of one of his former colleagues who was still undercover at that point, who was involved in that. Also, later on, there was a New York Times story in 2008 where the name of a CIA employee, Deuce Martinez, came out. Again, apparently John Kiriakou was instrumental in that name going out. So 30 months now.
All right, so the guys' names that he released, he says, look, I thought they were out. Why the hell would I release them? I was on the Zubaydah mission with one of the guys. Why would I release them if I thought they were still undercover? So, look, you can make an honest mistake and still have severe consequences for it, etc., right? But is that what this is about? Come on. You don't know anything about government or politics if you think that's what this is about. Remember, President Obama said he wasn't going to go after any of the CIA guys. Or Eric Holder said on record, not going after any of the CIA guys involved in torture. Now, this guy was a CIA guy. He knew about the torture program. He's the one that part of outing the torture program and said waterboarding is torture on television. So they were lying. They are going to go after CIA guys, but only if you reveal the torture, not if you did the torture. This is not a Republican president. This is not, George W. Bush. This is not the guy who authorized it in the first place. This is the enabler, President Obama, who says, George W. Bush, everything you did was awesome. How can I help you? How can I protect you? Do you know that President Obama has done more cases against whistleblowers, not only more prosecutions, but charging them with the Espionage Act, than the rest of United States presidents combined in history? And I want to ask President Obama this question. What happened? I thought you said you didn't look backwards, you only looked forwards. You remember that? Everybody remembers a famous line. We don't look backwards, we look forwards. But if you dared to reveal that we torture people, even though President Obama claims to be against torture, if you dare to reveal anything that the government is doing that's wrong, well, then we're definitely going to look backwards, right? And we're going to come and we're going to hunt you down, we're going to put you in jail, even if you help to capture one of the top terrorists in the world like Abu Zubaydah, okay? President Obama is a liar. Okay? He looks backwards when it's to protect the powerful and the establishment, whether it's the military-industrial complex, the national security complex, the bankers. He will look backwards and hunt you down, okay? But if you actually did the crimes, oh, I'm sorry, man, I don't look backwards, I don't look forward. Liar, that's what he is. And by the way, for revealing the torture program, he's an American hero and a whistleblower and not a criminal, and he shouldn't be in prison, and neither should Bradley Manning, the people who actually did the torture, who did the double taps and the murder that we saw in the Apache helicopter video in Iraq when we killed the first responders and journalists. They should be in prison, but none of them are in prison.
Not just them, their commanding officers should be in prison. Because their commanding officers are the ones who set the tone for all this. It's the leadership that sets the tone for the people below them.
But leadership can never, ever be punished. Our leaders are great men of nobility and honor. It's if anybody reveals that they are not actually noblemen and not at all honorable, they go to jail.
And look, to be fair, so the CIA, the officers in charge, they should definitely be looked into. But who was it politically? Politically, it's probably Dick Cheney. It's probably his assistants who told the CIA officers to change their policy in regard to torture. It's not just the CIA. And look, maybe that's the best that we could hope for, is that someone in the CIA, someone higher ranked in the CIA, goes to jail.
No.
But it should be the
They'll
political.
Never, ever do anything. Our country's run by liars who are bought and paid for, who will do anything to protect themselves, and they're part of the entire culture of success in this country that starts in college for somebody's, or think about it this way, think about student government. Most of these people who are politicians start out in student government, okay? What can you do in student government? Zero, nothing. You can't change the system at all. That's who your leaders are. That's where they start. They do it again in college where they can do nothing, and then they like become a low-level rep or maybe a state rep or something, and they'll do nothing, but they'll act like they do something and they'll put on a big show of it. But they're not doing anything.
We started a yearly safety walk at the University of Connecticut. I'm joking.
I mean,
no, actually,
really,
it's
I
funny.
mean-
So the guy who was the president before I joined student government went on to Connecticut State Senate, the youngest person in Connecticut State Senate history.
That's what they
and
do.
Immediately began, like he was conservative. And he's the beginning of his career in that same way.
Well,
that
you know, he used
described.
to run the Republican college group, Karl Rove.
There you go.
And
Really fast,
Starts
just because
young.
I want to show these. So the judge involved in this was just as fired up as you, unfortunately in the opposite direction. This is Judge Leonie Brinkema. Two interesting quotes. "I think 30 months is way too light." And this is not a case of a whistleblower, which seems just factually incorrect. And she went on to say when he declined to make a closing statement or a final statement, she said, "I think you've talked enough."
yeah.
That's a tough
I'm sure,
guy.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's enraged about the people who ordered the torture in the first place and can't wait to try Dick Cheney. Okay, congratulations, stooge. You've done your job. You'll be rewarded. You'll get probably promoted up to the next level, and it probably won't be by a Republican. It'll be by Obama. Can you get a sense that I'm a little pissed
Chief
about...
Justice 2030.
Yeah. No, you never know, man. You know, look, but that's how you advance. It's exactly
Question,
the
though,
conversation we were having earlier, right?
It's all the same. I've worked in government, I've worked in the military, I've worked in business, movie business. Every business is the same, and it's run by the same type of people. There's no difference in them,
Yep.
other than their specific knowledge about the field they're in.
Yeah.
Look, when I say President Obama is a liar, I guarantee you that there'll be a lot of people who are really mad about how dare you? That's the President of the United States. First of all, who's the President? The President is somebody who works for us. And I got news for you, the President's a politician. Like, if you think the President is some sort of like demigod and like, oh my God, the President would never do anything wrong, how the fuck do you think he got to be President? He's the best politician in the country, right? Like, think about all the skeevy politicians there are, right? Well, he's the best of them. And I don't say that in a good way. I say that in like, he's the master. Like, so, you know, and I used to think that he was so fundamentally weak with negotiating with Republicans that, God, he probably going to run the re-election campaign weekly. And it turns out, no. He ran a beast of a campaign. Then all of a sudden he went from, oops, oh, I don't know how the politics works, and like rookie mistakes to bone-crushing politics. I mean, that ad they ran in Ohio with the worker who said Mitt Romney's Bain Capital came in here and made me build this set. I felt like I built my own coffin. I'm like, Jesus Christ, who is this guy? Who's this Obama that's this vicious, this effective? And that got me agreeing with him, not policy-wise, but politically saying, that's how you run a campaign. Yeah. So it's not like he doesn't have it in him. He knows. The question is, what are his goals?